Good morning, my brothers and sisters. On this episode number 242 of the Good Morning Guys podcast. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we talk about the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and play. I am one of your hosts, the Brazilian Mountaineer Transition Ninja, Lucas Ham Swisher. Also with me, the judge, the jury, and the executioner of fake news and spoilers, Patrick Novosel.
You know, they say that whispering is worse for your voice than anything else.
Yeah, I can already feel it. All right, to his left and my right, the volleyball beast to the east who can make you laugh in 3 words or less or your money back. Ronnie, you hate this.
Who are they? Who are they that say that? That's what I want to know.
If you don't know who they are, that's the first sign of insanity.
They as in scientists?
No,
like
they are
from
they
our country?
The Google scientists.
No,
Top
they don't identify as
WebMD.
Oh, no, never WebMD yourself.
What's WebMD?
And the final member of the GMG Quadfect who's on sabbatical and temporarily deceased. He's got music in his heart, Doctor Who on his brain, and Lacquerette in his whole stomacho. Carcass Boucher.
What did you say?
We're trying not to wake the baby, so we're whispering.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, sorry.
Ronnie is the baby asleep.
I am the baby. It's gonna look exactly like me.
Oh gosh, poor Elizabeth.
Yeah, she doesn't even know what she's in for yet. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so if you're new to us, joiner, and you have no idea what's happening, well, welcome to the library, the GMGL, the Good Morning Guys Library. We are starting our first episode, the Whisper episode. That was an ode to Ronnie Jr., Ronaldo. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. Old Ronaldo. All right. Good morning, my brothers and sisters. You heard the rigmarole, and now we're back to our normal voices because it really was hurting my throat. So I was glad to get to the old normal voice. So, yeah. So if you're new, yep, this is it. You got what you paid for. It's free anyway. So what are you complaining about? And you joiners that aren't new, well,
Ain't got to complain to somebody else.
You're still waiting on your check. It's in the mail.
Send
it should be there by Tuesday.
Ronnie Johantis at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
And say, and address them all to Ronaldo so Ronnie can read them to him when he's, in the crib, giving him his bottle, and just read the complaints of the joiners. It'll be magical. All right, let's jump into it, shall we? I think we're going to start with joiners. Just kidding, suckers. You're going to have to wait on your stuff. So we're going to... Let's see. Let's go to Ronnie.
He would.
In the place where he is. He's just got done coughing, so I made sure to call on him.
In the place where I am at my home. All right, so right when we got here and I sat down, I was like, man, what are all the things that I did?
Yeah.
So
What
first
do you
thing,
got? Lay it on us. Or make stuff up.
No, I don't even need to make stuff up this time. I don't even need to lie.
Ooh,
I have real things.
I'm excited.
So this past Thursday, we left and went to Gatlinburg for the weekend.
That's right.
Until Sunday. So yeah, it was kind of our kind of the last hurrah before the baby. It was our last baby free vacation. So
enjoy it. I hope you.
Yeah.
Well, no, you already enjoyed it. So I hope
it's already
you enjoyed
over.
it.
What do they call
It's already
it? It's a baby moon? Is that what it is?
It's already over and never again.
Baby moon.
Yeah, isn't that?
That's what the baby does. Every time you change its diaper, it baby moons you.
Yeah, there's a couple definitions for it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's right. That's right. Urban Dictionary is probably different. Yeah, so
Don't
we went
Google
to
that,
Gatlinburg.
people. Yes, Gatlinburg.
have you
Pigeon
guys been
Forge,
there?
right?
Don't tell me what to do.
Have you guys been before to Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge?
I have.
Yeah.
I went with a van full of senior citizens. It was awesome. I was their chaperone.
That doesn't sound awesome, honestly.
No, it wasn't. I was in college.
Yeah. Did you have to leave like a bigger tip every time you went somewhere?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sorry they gave you $1.
I'm sorry they gave you 50 cents.
Yeah, those old
That's what
ladies
it
all
was back
gave
in
you,
the Great Depression.
combined their pennies and gave you 50 cents. My bad.
Yeah. So we went down Thursday. We got there a little bit later on Thursday evening and just went out to dinner. we went to the Old Mill. I don't know if you guys have ever been to that restaurant in Pigeon Forge. It's amazing. It's a country cooking like mecca, I guess. Probably the best country cooking place I've ever been to.
Nice.
So yeah, they give you this, huge meal. We brought home all kinds of leftovers. We didn't eat our leftovers all weekend because you just go back out the next night.
Yeah, right. Like, what are you gonna be? Like, hey, let's have leftovers tonight.
So the first night was really chill. The second day we decided to go into Gatlinburg. We hadn't. Elizabeth has never been there before, so I was excited to show her. A lot of the stuff in Gatlinburg, and we walked. We walked a little bit on Friday, but it was like, that's not necessarily my thing. That's like walking around shops and stuff. Like, Pat, I don't know about you, but like,
oh yeah,
for me, like, that's rough.
You find a bench.
Yeah, that's rough. So I put in the work. You know what I mean? I did what I was supposed to do.
Hold purses and bags and things like that.
Purses, bags, just stand there patiently. Without even getting aggravated.
Now, were there any other shops that you enjoyed? Like, was there like a book, movie, video game, used retro?
There was one
stuff?
thing that was pretty cool that I didn't initially want to do, and that was there's a car museum like in Gatlinburg.
Oh,
and my stepdad really wanted to go, so we all went.
Yeah.
I'm glad Elizabeth took a bunch of pictures because I would have never remembered like
reference what you did. You're like, we looked at stuff.
Remembered.
There were wheels involved.
I think my description would have been like there was a bunch of Fast and the Furious cars. And
I saw Vin Diesel.
Yeah, there's like the Dukes of Hazzard car.
The wax guys.
Yeah.
No, they had some of the main ones. The one of the like the two first cars like that you see when you walk in. One of them is Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds.
What a car!
Nice.
What a car!
What a beaut!
And yeah, just awesome looking car. And then the Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee was there as well. So it was cool. I didn't realize, but this place had I thought it was like $17, I think, just for to look. And I was like, man, there's only like 6 cars in here. Like this is whoa, a rip off.
Yeah,
and I realized
that's a little
there's
messed
stairs
up.
and it has like a whole nother section.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. So all in all, there was like 20 plus cars. You know what I mean?
All
right.
Some of which that were really, really awesome. Let's see here. They had the old school bubble top Batmobile. That was on the first level.
Oh, nice. Neat.
Which is cool. Like you don't really see those, very often anymore.
No.
I've never heard it called the bubble top Batmobile. That sounds like a kid's toy that you.
means,
Oh no, I know exactly what it means.
Yeah.
But it sounds like I'm going to get in the bathtub and play with my bubble top Batmobile. It just sounds
I
fun.
think they.
If Mark was here, he'd be like, "Well, actually,
Well, actually, in 1967, there was the Bubble Man, and he got in a car. And they called it the Bubble Man Batmobile.
Yeah, we don't know anything anymore.
I'm sorry, Mark.
There's no knowledge left on
anything
this
anymore.
podcast.
Made up facts.
They had the Flintstones car. It was
all right.
A classic.
I mean, what was that? Just wood and stone slapped together? I mean,
it was really just like a fiberglass model of the Flintstones car, I think, that you couldn't even sit in. They had the Terminator 2 bike, motorcycle, that he gets on. That whole scene, that was pretty cool. They had like a wax figurine of him like done up next to the bike and stuff. Let's see what else they had. I think they had a couple of James Bond cars. Like Bond's really not my thing. But they had like a little blue BMW that was a James Bond thing. I don't know.
Well, the Bond cars aren't cool
Aren't
unless
they usually like Aston
like
Martins or something?
Aston Martin. Yeah, I think
I don't
they're
know that either. Are they?
they're only cool when you
Maybe.
shoot stuff. You shoot stuff with them. That's what makes them cool.
Maybe
you don't just look at it and you're like, man, Bond's cars are cool.
Was
no,
the BMW
guns come
from
out.
the Pierce Brosnan days where they're like they messed everything up?
It looks like this one.
Yeah, that Pierce Brosnan, right?
Again, I don't know anything about James Bond.
Dang it! Yeah,
I don't even think I've seen one.
Where's Mark
full
when you
movie.
need him?
Yeah, dang it, we
we're
missed.
asking all these questions.
Yeah, dude, we don't know anything.
Totally the
they had-
Sean Connery one.
Let's see here. They had the
No
Smoking
way.
the Bandit
Nah,
car.
he's too old.
They had the Trans Am from Smoking the Bandit, which was cool.
Nice.
They
Yeah.
had one of the Ghostbusters, like her. So most of these, basically, they had like little tags on them, like where they were used in a movie or
All right.
something like that. So they all had their little, claim to fame, I guess, which all could have been absolutely untrue. I would have just believed it. So I don't know. I don't know if all these cars were in the movies or what, but
Ah,
Yeah, but that sounds like a horrible like project. Let's fact check all of these cars here.
well,
Yeah,
actually,
for
when you look at the
$17, I'm
VIN
not about to
number,
fact check a single
You
thing.
can tell by the size of the tire tread here.
I'd pay $17 just to not have to do that. Let's see here. A
Double
couple
or
other
nothing.
ones. They had the have you guys seen Days of Thunder? The old
of course.
Tom Cruise. They had the Coal Trickle Mellow Yellow NASCAR.
Nice.
Trickle, man, what a
Yeah.
name! What a name!
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They had
That
like an
is
old
cool.
Elvis car, which I actually thought was really weird because the Elvis car they had was not a Cadillac, and I was like, I only like Elvis. He was the king. Like he drove the big Cadillac with the fins. I thought, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was of course a really nice car, and then Mark's personal. Well, I don't know if this is actually Mark's favorite or not. But they basically had the Batmobile from my childhood.
Oh, the 89 Batman.
That is
They
the
did.
sleekest Batman car.
They did.
With the
I can't
jet
remember.
engine.
Is this the Clooney Batmobile?
No, that's Michael Keaton.
That's Keaton.
Like,
yeah, it's 89.
Clooney
Yeah, it's
was
got
the upgraded version
jet
of that.
the jet engine with the little nose in the middle.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
I
thing.
had to take some pictures next to that. That was like,
Oh, you have to. You have to.
I mean, that's like, if you ask me, like that is the Batmobile. You know what I
that
mean?
was
Like,
worth the
that was the first
$17.
one that like I loved was that one. So
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, they had that in there. They did have a bunch of Fast and the Furious cars. Like I'm really not into it. They had one of the regular Chargers, like the black Charger from, I don't know if it's the first movie, I think.
With the engine sticking out
Yeah.
of the top. Oh,
Yeah,
That
they
was
had
the first
that
one.
They also had I think they had a Skyline, and they had actually like a big thing.
Chili?
I wish. They had the car, and they had a big thing. Like I was like, I guess a kind of a tribute to Paul Walker. That one, like they actually said that it was one of the ones that he's driven before.
oh.
Nice.
So
That's
it was
cool.
really cool. Like they had a lot of stuff there, and a ton of stuff that I'm forgetting that wasn't exciting to me. Like I think they had the Andy Griffith, one of the like police cars from.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But that doesn't really like my stepdad was like kind of pumped about it, but
He's geeking out.
yeah, then I wasn't. It wasn't for me. And then the last thing we did was we also went to. We decided one day we were going to drive over to Cherokee. So Cherokee, North Carolina, is about an hour from Gatlinburg, and it's an hour basically over top of a mountain. Like it is just like nothing but like bends and turns, like just up and then down a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really, really beautiful drive. We were going to stop at, I think it's called Klingman's Dome, which is one of the high places you can go up and like take pictures and stuff. But when we got up there, it was super foggy.
Oh no! Because if it's clear, you can see multiple states.
Yeah, actually, we
That's
drove.
cool,
We
but
drove
not
up
cool.
there, and as we're parking, you could see the view, and it was clear and everything. It was really cool. And then by the time we walked back, like the fog was moving like so fast that everything, like I couldn't even see anything. It was like apocalyptic. Like, so we waited up
That's a
there
bummer.
for about 10 or 15 minutes. It was really cold, and we decided that we're gonna cut our losses here, and we actually went back before we came home. So I wanted to make sure Elizabeth got to see it, so we drove back up.
Good.
But we went over to Cherokee, North Carolina for a couple things. Like it's a really touristy area. Like, it's got all the Cherokee stuff, like all those little Indian shops and stuff like that people like. Elizabeth really liked a bunch of those. I'm again not a shopper, so
Did you
I
find your bench?
don't like to shop for stuff that I like. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to go into a store full of things that I like and look around. Like I just don't even. I'd rather just get one thing and just be gone.
That's fair.
But she wants to do it, so I'm at the you do whatever you want stage. You can do whatever you want.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. You just gotta roll with it. And you found your bench.
One of us
you
is making a huge sacrifice here, and it's not me.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. You owe her.
I do.
If she hasn't told you that already, you know.
Yeah. No, I don't want to even tell her that I know that I'm lucky. Like I already know. I don't want to even bring it up. But we did go in North Carolina. We went to a casino, and I'm not really like huge on casinos or anything, but it's a really nice casino, like right in the middle of Cherokee, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And my stepdad hit for like $1,400, like within the first like 30 minutes. So we
What did he play?
He was playing a slot machine. I don't
Man.
know.
Oh wow, he just
I don't know
Got
what
it.
kind it was, but we had actually gone and walked around, and when we came back, it had only been like 10 minutes, and he is like, there was like a bunch of security guys standing over by him or whatever, and I was like, man, he
What
either
did he
won or he's
do?
getting arrested.
There
They're very
50-50
different
shot here.
outcomes to these two things. You know what I mean? Our vacation's over, or it's just starting. But no, he did win some money. We came back and then went out to eat again. We went to a place called the Apple Barn. I don't know if you guys have been there. It's a really old timey, they give you like an 8-course meal or some ridiculous, I don't know. But yeah, it was just a great trip.
Cool.
It's just, it's one of those places where you can just go and like unwind. We did get to see a bear actually on our way back from Cherokee. A bunch of cars were stopped, and it was because there was a bear like right on the side of the road.
There you go.
So, but it was cool. It was cool. You don't always get to do that actually. For people that do go to Gatlinburg, by the way, I did not try it this time, but in the past, I did figure out that about midnight and later, if you drive into Gatlinburg after that time and go behind some of the businesses there, there are almost 100% usually a bunch of black bears trying to get in all the garbage cans and dumpsters.
Oh, there you go.
Know, yeah.
And if you're looking to see bears, like you don't have to get out of your car. You don't park close. You know what I mean? Just it's kind of a cool thing. They're like a bunch of little kids, in a playhouse. That's what they look like, falling in and stuff. Like, they're clumsy. But no, it's cool. It is a really cool little thing. So if you're looking for bears, that's where to find them.
That's the place to go.
Absolutely.
Just don't poke them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
don't
never.
poke them.
Never
They're really not like,
poke the bear.
Even the bear that was on the side of the road, like it really didn't even care that we were all in cars passing it. You know what I mean? Like this bear has 100%, run into humans, seen cars, like seen all of these things.
Domesticated bear.
Yeah. It wasn't like, nervous or anything like that.
You didn't check his collar?
I didn't, but we did actually see like, I don't know if it was
it's a stray bear. We need to get back to its owner.
So we get a collar on that thing.
You do it. I don't want to do it.
Where's your daddy at, little buddy?
Yeah. There was like I don't know if it was like an elk. I know it wasn't a moose, but like I think that there are elks there. It was a large deer, basically.
And you didn't check that elk's tag?
Built way different, and it actually did have a collar on it. It did have a tracker on him.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so yeah, he was just out there in the woods or whatever we saw him, but like he did actually have a tracker on him. So
okay,
yeah, it must be a lap elk,
a lab grown. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what they're tracking, but whatever. But no, it was an awesome getaway. It really sucked having to come back like to the real world.
Yeah,
and face the music, just of work and all that. But we did have a checkup for the baby on Tuesday.
All right,
everything went great. We
How big is Ronaldo
again? Okay, so I actually had Elizabeth give me the details from her app this time, and you know what it said?
It's big as
we're at 24 weeks. First of all, 24 months.
All right,
24 weeks.
No, 24 weeks. You're not elephant.
24 months. There's an elephant in there.
She's like, what is happening?
This is taking forever. I hate you.
No, it actually it has a size comparison of a Sega Game Gear.
Okay. All right,
oh wow!
right.
I could hold
That's
Ronaldo right now.
That's as big as a
How
truck.
about that?
I know exactly what he is.
Those things were
huge.
I
know. I think my app said like a grizzly paw or something like that. I don't. Yeah.
A grizzly paw. Yeah.
Hers is so much cooler than mine.
Yeah. Sega Game Gear. Man, I regret to this day selling I think I sold my Sega Game Gear with, I want to say a dozen to a dozen and a half games for like 50
Did you have like
bucks.
The carrying case for it with all the games and stuff?
I had the carrying case. I had...
That was like
it
the
was
coolest
all
thing you could
lined up. I mean, it was just like a thing where you just unzip it, open it up, and there it is. Oh, and I sold it for 50 bucks to a friend who gave it to his sister for her birthday. She probably got rid of that thing within a week.
I had one. Honestly, I don't remember what happened to it. I know that I didn't sell it. Like I just have no. That's one of those things.
It just disappeared.
Vanish. Yeah.
Not cool.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All right. Nice.
All right.
Patrick.
Hi.
What's up, bro?
Sup?
Hey.
Sup, bro?
Dude.
Bro.
All right.
This is the part where you update.
I'm not used to
what is actually
a podcast, so
you need to let
me know what to
Sorry,
do.
I should have led you in better. Next time.
Yeah.
Next time.
Next time.
You can edit this out and just go right in.
Editing? What is that?
What does that mean? What's an edit? What's an edit? What's
Never
an
heard of
edit
her.
with you? No.
No. So This past week, life-wise, we had a few things going on. So back it up to last year. My son was trying to learn. what is that? Beep beep beep.
Yeah, it's backing up. You backed up. That's the backing up sound.
Okay.
Like garbage truck on fire when it's backing up, it goes.
You need to throw in some like fire,
one of those
ember,
rascals
like
in the
inferno
grocery store.
sounds as well.
Okay, fine. Run for your lives!
So last year, Clark was trying to ride a bike, and he tried for like 5 minutes. He couldn't get it, so he quit and didn't pick up the bike for the rest of the summer.
Exactly what I do with everything.
He was Ronnie last year. This year, he was like, you know what? I don't want to be Ronnie anymore.
Yeah,
I want to learn.
Ronnie.
I want to actually learn how to ride a bike. So we took a bike down to our local cemetery, and down there.
Oh my gosh! Why would you go there? You want
it's a very there's a part
just in case he falls.
It's only a tenth of a mile down the road, and
you know where to bury him.
And
Like,
yeah,
we got a
there's
spot right
a
here.
couple open barrel sites where we can just plop him in there. So
Like, I lost Clark, and
sometimes you're in the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I guess so.
No, but there's a very long flat part where he can just ride.
Okay,
And
right
to
over
learn,
the
yeah.
dead bodies. Just go right over.
I don't
nice
know
and
what
flat.
cemeteries you go to, but the bodies are usually
Piled
Oh, they're
underground.
under the ground, but you're still over them. I mean, have you
ran out
ever
of
gone to a
spots.
cemetery, right, and realized that you were standing on the wrong side of the headstone and you were actually over the body?
100%
It feels
happened.
weird.
Yes, yeah.
I hate
Oh,
that.
it's unsettling.
I'm like, man, I am so sorry. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you want to just
I
lean down.
I
and
am
be
an
like,
idiot. I apologize. Yes.
Yeah.
So he
Anyways.
just jumped on the bike and he went. And he was like, he's been riding his scooter, so he had a little bit of a balance practice and things like that. So
Yeah.
I think that helped with him. But he just went, gave him a few pointers verbally. I didn't have to hold the handlebars or the seat or anything to like
All
direct him. He just went. And so every day since then, he's been riding his bike. In the morning before school, in the afternoon after school.
He's jazzed up
Nice.
about
You know,
it. Yeah.
there's a big parking lot that we can go to that he can just ride continuously. So we've been doing a lot of that lately, and he's a speed
Nice.
demon. I'm like, hey, when you go down hills, you don't have to pedal anymore.
You have to keep pedaling.
And he's like,
like,
yeah,
yo,
when I go faster,
you don't have to pedal.
I can go faster if I do that. I'm like, technically yes. So I was like, but it's also your second day, so slow down.
If mom asked, I said you don't have to pedal, but
Yeah.
you do
so
you.
so
You do
on
you.
on the first night, I was like, we had a great time. He was going for like an hour, and he didn't fall, and it was fantastic. Like what like it
We're
was a
talking
dream.
no training wheels.
It
right?
was a dream, no training wheels, nothing. He was just going. It was like, okay, as a parent, there comes a time where like, all right, let's stop before anything bad happens, because usually
You can smell
that
it
you can
coming.
feel it. It's gonna something
Yeah.
bad's gonna happen. So let's stop now before anything bad happens, because
Smell it.
you've been in those scenarios
Smell it.
before. It's like
Smell
maybe
that.
we should stop. Let's just do one more, and that one more always ends up tragically. So so we come home, and my son's like, I don't want to stop. I want to be able to ride in our driveway. And at this point, allergies was hitting me hard. So I was like, I'm gonna go inside. You guys can stay outside. And within 3 minutes, we have a rope from our house all the way down to the back of the yard.
Uh-huh.
And on this rope is another rope that we can attach to our dog, so our dog can just go up and down the yard without running away and all that. So she has, we call
Like a
it
runner.
a dog line, a runner, kind of like a very, very long clothesline, but it has a wheel and a
But
clip
there's a dog.
and so that
little
like
tiny
that
one.
string was hanging down, and Clark just went right into it and just gave him some rope burn right on his neck.
Mm.
And
Ow.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
should have stopped, just so. But outside of that, he hasn't fallen off the bike. He's been doing really, really well. So really excited. Now we just have to figure out how to pack a bike when we go camping, because packing a scooter when it's compact, you can just shove that in there and be ready to go.
That's easy.
but a bike, it's not very compact. It's like
Nope.
So, I'm curious, what do you tell somebody when you're teaching them to ride a bike? Because it's really like once you get it, you have it.
I mean, like it's all about balance, and you have to go a certain speed, because if you're going too slow, you're getting
you're weeble wobbling everywhere.
Yes, yeah, your wheels going everywhere, and you're trying to. So you have to get a little bit of speed. So I mean, basically, you just don't worry about pedaling. You just want to glide first. So you grab the handlebar, you grab the seat, and you just push them and see how far you can go. It's hard. It's the turning. You want to learn turning next. Turning, you never want to do it on the first day. But again, I'm saying all these things that I didn't have to do any of it this year. It was just like he just went. So
yeah.
At some point, someone's going to be able to learn how to ride a bike, because they've had balance. They've been walking for so many years, kind of thing. They get that balance. They'll get it. It's riding bike is not hard. It's the fear of just the speed, I think.
And does anybody remember learning to ride a bike?
I remember.
I also remember.
5 years old.
I have no idea when it happened.
And I was across. There was like a yard sale across the street, and they were selling one of their bikes, and it was a little red bike. And I had not ridden a bike before, not on training wheels or anything. And I tried to ride the bike across the street, and I fell in
Your first time.
I fell
Nice.
Straight in the street, and I skinned my knee. And
that's where Clark got it from.
but I mean,
mad skills.
I tried, but just that summer, I learned how to ride a bike that summer. Without training wheels, never did training wheels, kind of thing. Never had a bike before. Went up before I was 5, so there was no there wasn't training wheels. I don't know if we even had the money for training wheels or a bike for training wheels, whatever. So
for the fancy kids.
Yeah,
I was the opposite. I definitely remember like my first bike, the
a helmet, like every pad on possible.
No, I
don't even know. I don't think helmets were a thing.
They didn't even make helmets back then.
No, they didn't make helmets or knee pads or anything like that back then. But my first bike, I remember when I got my first bike, I remember opening it. It was a really tall box, and I pulled the paper to open it, and it fell on top of me. Like literally,
bad story.
Older sister had to pull it off my body. Like I was just like, we have it on VHS and everything. It was great. But at the time it wasn't. It was very scary. But this bike, the tires were made of plastic. Like they weren't even inflatable tires.
It's not even a bike.
Yes, it was. It was
impossible to ride those.
Right? Yeah.
It has there's no cushion. Like you run over a rock.
Wheel? Like it has big wheel tires?
No, it would look like a normal bike except the tires were plastic. It was weird. Like I don't think they even make those anymore.
Every turn.
Well, you're like, hey, that's a toy. That sounds like a toy. You put an action figure on.
No, it was a normal sized 5-year-old's bike with look out, Darth Vader. But it had training wheels. I used the training wheels, and I used the training wheels for way too long. And then I feel like of the neighborhood kids, there was like a half dozen of us. Yeah, half dozen of us. Probably by age like a year or two after I got the bike, I was the last kid to learn, and it felt like the whole neighborhood was there. My sister was there, and she held on to the back and just learned in the backyard and helped me. And it was like it was right out of the movie. Like they're all running beside me, and then I do it, and I go, and they're like, "Yeah!"
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "I did it!" And I look back, and then I hit a tree. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't
take off into the sky.
Go forward over the handlebars.
Yeah. Oh man, someone puts a stick in the front. You're just like, "Wee!"
Yeah, I can see why you could remember that though.
Yeah. So it was a memorable moment. So I'm sorry you don't remember, Ronnie. You should just make up a memory.
I just honestly I just have a bad memory.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was fun. On the flip side of that, so my daughter's getting older.
Oh wow!
She's getting taller.
Went right to my daughter's getting married. So I was like, what? What did we miss?
No, we don't. We don't do that. There's no arranged marriages around.
Well, how did Claire do with bike riding? Because with my son,
she got it right away. She was, she's
that was
always
exactly.
She was
what
doing.
happened.
She did gymnastics and dance, so she had a ton of balance.
Oh, she did
already.
Gymnastics on the bike. That's crazy. Like doing.
That's part of her routine.
I remember when I was like
Olympic
12,
moves.
13 years old. My brother and I learned how to stand on a bike, and write it at the same time.
I never learned how to do that.
No.
It was, I'm like, I am thinking, my brother and I still talked about it this day. Like, I don't even know, one, how we learned how to do that.
How?
And two,
I don't
how
get
we
it.
are still alive today.
Yeah.
And you know, like, cause we were riding in the middle of our street, our neighborhood, just one foot was behind the seat. The other foot was on like the bar in front of the seat. You get a little bit of a push, and then you just stand up and then just like surf like you're doing Surfing USA from
That's
T-Wolf.
crazy.
Yeah.
See, I never
was
even got
too
to the
scared.
point. I could never get to the point where I just sit and don't hold the handlebars. Like I saw people like riding down the street with their arms crossed, like on a bike, and just
Yeah, I think they just have to be
They're
moving
so
at that
mad
one.
about riding their bike.
yeah, there's like,
Arms
oh,
crossed.
mom made me ride my bike again, but at least I look cool. I could never do that, and I would go fast, Ronnie, and it just felt like it was like weeble wobbling, and
Yeah.
I
guess
never,
it depends on
never
what type of
trusted it.
bike you have too.
Yeah,
You have to have a bike that goes straight, because sometimes
We weren't all
some of these
daredevils
bikes-
like Patrick.
yeah, we weren't some crazy
Yeah.
weirdos.
But yeah, on the flip side, so
Yeah, flip it.
daughter's
Sorry,
getting
Claire.
older.
Yep, not getting married.
She's becoming her body's changing. She's getting to the age where boys are changing and things
no.
like that. All right, so
Get out of here, boys. Go away.
Yes.
yeah. So she's grown out of her clothes, and some of her clothes are a little too small for her. So you know, if she's wearing the clothes she has now, she's going to be showing too much skin. So her number one, her shorts. You know, her shorts are getting too small. Too much of her backside is hanging out. So we're like, okay, we need to go get some more shorts, a little bit
Burlap
longer.
sacks.
You know what's that?
The burlap sacks.
Like, what?
Yeah,
the whole
garbage
thing
bags.
over so you can't
Yeah,
see
just
a
big
single thing.
garbage bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I got this tarp for you. We're just gonna cut out here
Yeah.
and just cover
Cut out a
you
square here.
like a ghost. Like you have little eye holes, Claire. That's all you could have, so no one could see you.
Here's your nun suit.
You have to wear this winter coat everywhere.
No, so we so she the wife takes her, and they find a few pairs of shorts that are good length, and so my daughter tries them on. They look good, and then she begins to roll them up.
Of course.
Yeah, so because she doesn't like the way they look, she says says she looks like a mom, and I'm like, you don't look like a mom. You're 13. So the rule was you don't roll your shorts up. Well, she goes out with her friends. She comes home from hanging out with her friends in a public place all
Forgot
day,
to roll them back down.
and they were rolled up. So
Hammer coming down. It's hammer
so-
time.
so she was
Back to the graveyard.
We said nope.
Let's go back to that cemetery. Clark's taking you.
This was Clark's, but now it's yours. So we had a talk with her, and she was so apologetic. It was basically, the talk was, you know, we talked about the things that that we want to do as Christians, you know, what God wants us to do and things like that. And it's crazy, like the conversations that you are not prepared to have, you have them as parents, and words just come out of your mouth.
You just hope that it goes well.
And it's crazy. Like, it's, you know, yeah, yes, 100% you hope it goes well. But then again, even if you mess up, you can always backtrack. They're 13. They don't know these conversations yet. You know what I mean? So,
or you think, yes, in 20 years we're going to be in a counseling session and she's going to bring this up.
but no, you had these conversations, and afterwards I'm like, I can't believe that stuff came out of my mouth. Like,
Yeah.
I was not prepared. I didn't sit down, you know, and get a PowerPoint presentation, think about it for 45 minutes, and then
Next
give
time.
that, you know, it just, you have to have those conversations in the moment. Otherwise, you know, if you wait, it's going to lose the moment, and it's not, you know, things like that. Obviously there's times we have to wait. So all, you know, cooler heads prevail kind of thing. So,
Right. But like you said, Patrick, as a nice Christian young man, and, you know, just seeking to glorify God with your family, you know, God helps you and gives you the words too. So Holy Spirit will make up the difference where you're like, well, so this is what I think. So I'm telling you right now, get ready. Here it comes, wisdom. And then you're like, I don't know what I'm going to say on the inside. And then you're just like, what?
Yeah. What did you just say? I don't know. I blacked out. I don't know. But so she apologized. She said she was never going to do it again. And she was very, very apologetic and, crying, hyperventilating, because she hold on a second. Here comes Clark. What's up?
We got a guest on the show.
Yeah, we got a guest on the
hey,
show.
Bike rider.
Show. Yeah. What's up, Clark Eve?
Yeah.
Clark Barr.
Motorcycle guy.
Cemetery man.
Everyone's excited about you.
Cemetery man.
The cemetery rider. Call him Ghost Rider.
Okay. All right. I love you, buddy. So we had that conversation. She was apologetic, hyperventilating. So we knew that she had remorse. We knew that she knew what she did was wrong, things like that. 4 days later.
Ooh, yep.
She comes home with those pairs of shorts.
She's got to set an alarm or something on her phone to remind her, hey, when you're a mile of the house, roll them back down.
It was just like it felt like she duped us,
Yeah.
And I don't think she did. I think she was just peer pressure got to her, and she wanted to feel cool. She wanted to look like the rest of the girls.
She thought she would remember, I'm sure.
So, if you're going to do stuff like that, come on, you gotta, so, took the shorts away that evening. We had another conversation and I wish I had this conversation with her the first time is, I gave her from the boys' perspective, 13, these boys at 13, they're not looking for what is how smart you are, how mature you are. They're looking at what the physical appearance kind of thing. So went through that conversation, and she was mad at me for not telling her that perspective 4 days ago. So I was
how dare you, sir?
I was like, wait a second, I'm not the bad guy here.
You're grounded.
Yeah. Don't try to turn the tables.
I know. I was like, wow. This was last week, and we took away all of her electronics, all her friend time for a week, and so we're gonna kind of ease our way back into what kinds of clothes she can wear and things like that.
So hammer pants until otherwise told.
I don't know. Like mom, we're gonna give her mom jeans. She doesn't want to look like a mom. Now, and
those are in some places. I've heard the mom jeans. Like
you're right. I think they are. So
some of the stuff the kids wear today, like it just looks ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's like, how did that even return? Like,
I don't know. I just want to say, and I told this to Elizabeth. So Elizabeth wears like the skinny jeans, right? That get smaller at the bottom or whatever, and they're tight. And I was like, you should wear those for the rest of your life.
Right?
Those look the best.
That's the same with Mindy. Mindy even said
the best. Let's just stay right in that.
Stick with it. Forget the fashion.
That's where we are.
I've been wearing cargo pants since middle school, and I've never changed. I'm wearing cargo pants till the end of my life.
Wait a minute, you're wearing actual pants, not shorts? They're cargo pants?
Pants and cargo shorts.
I haven't seen pants in a while.
They have the zipper at the knee, so you can make them into shorts and pants.
So just like the Game Gear, just like my Game Gear, I regret selling those, or I didn't sell them, but I gave those away at a yard sale or whatever.
I remember those were the worst
those.
because when you like bent down and took a knee, like it would be like right where your knee was. Like,
the zipper. Yeah,
that's the worst. You can only wear them in shorts.
Correct.
Yep. So on the non-life front, on the IFL front, I watched this new movie called Ghosted with Chris Evans and Ana de Armas, I think their name is.
Captain America and who?
I think she's rumored to be the next Wonder Woman.
Okay, the next Wonder Woman. Yeah, we'll take it.
So it's
they should be together.
It's a movie about Chris Evans is a farmer, and she is a CIA spy.
No farmers are that beautiful. First of all,
really. You saw him chop wood in Age of Ultron, though. Like, he was already a farmer, ripping it in half with his
right
hands.
out of a magazine.
But yeah, it was a fun comedy action movie. There were so many cameos in there, MCU cameos. It felt
yeah,
nice. It was really cool. It was run of the mill like romantic action comedy. Nothing new out of it, but Mel and I had a really good time with it.
Did you say romantic action comedy?
Yeah, because there was like they were a romance. There was a romance in there.
No, I get the romance, but action.
There was a lot of action. Yeah.
Okay.
As a CIA
I've
agent.
not heard of the rom-com with action.
Yeah.
Rom-act-com?
Like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of movie, or?
Yeah, I would say it's probably in that genre.
Or,
probably in that genre. Yep.
The genre.
Yeah.
You say so, feller.
Yeah.
All right.
So we had a good time with it. It was a solid 7 out of 10. I mean, nothing to write home about, but it was a fun popcorn flick.
Okay.
The other thing that I watched the Bo-Katan season 1, which I actually really enjoyed.
I wondered if you were going to say that. It's Mandalorian season 3.
It's the Mandalorians season 1.
I'm glad you brought it up because we definitely need to have a little mini.
I mean, we do have
spoiler-free discussion, but spoiler-filled later.
I enjoyed the season. I really did enjoy the season. It had a different take. You know,
how many episodes are there?
8, 7, 8. Okay, 8. Yeah. So
yeah, they're always 8.
It was a different arc than I expected.
Yep.
And I kind of liked it because it wasn't I like how it wasn't just focused on
like it wasn't what they already did.
Yeah, so they brought in some old characters and some new characters, and they kind of like I don't know how do I want to say this without being spoilery. I don't know, maybe I won't, but I just liked. Yeah, I can't think of a way to say
set it up.
It was there was a lot of action, there was a lot of familiar faces, and I liked having it wasn't like Boba Fett where it was just awful and Mandalorian had to come in and save the season.
No, it never had a spin and shoot moment where the dude spins and shoots under the guy. There was no bathtub
moments in this season either. So
there were no episodes where Mandalorian wasn't even in the show. So
and Grogu,
at least he was in it most of the time.
Grogu is growing up. Season 3, he was growing up. He's I love Grogu. He got more screen time, more than I would have expected, and he was put in a bunch of different scenarios and situations where it was yes. It was just so a lot of it was funny. But then again, it was just like it was also cute because Grogu is so adorable, so adorable.
Yeah,
never change Grogu.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked how the season ended. Looking forward to more of the Star Wars universe on Disney Plus. I really
except he is going to change. By the way, he's going to look like Yoda in the swamp eventually.
Well, you know what?
He's disgusting, rodent-looking creature. He's going to be gross.
That was Yoda when he was like 4,000 years old, though.
That's what I'm saying.
This child's only 50.
We got some years to go.
I don't know how old Yoda was, but he looked a 4,000.
Actually, Yoda was about 947.
Yeah, Mark, I feel like might know that actually, like off the top of his head. He might.
Mark, if you know the age of Yoda, write it now in the Discord. If you don't, Google it and then pretend like you know it, because we would believe you.
Well, nobody will ever know.
Yeah.
Nope. We won't know the difference. But yeah.
I enjoyed it. The last thing that I did is I played the Resident Evil 4 remake. And I remember, I think the last time I talked about it was a couple weeks ago. I was like, how is this game getting 10 and 10s? And as I played for a couple hours, but then once I hit that third hour, I could not stop playing this game. It got really good. There was some subtle changes, some other drastic changes to the game from the original.
Yeah. Is this a slow start?
Beautiful, yeah. So it felt like a slow start. Beautiful game, really well done. It is a 10 out of 10. This game was absolutely amazing.
Game of the year for you?
A game of the year. I mean, Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
No, sure, that hasn't come out yet though. So
no, game of the year right now is still WWE 2K23. Like I still, I mean that. I don't even know why I asked. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm still playing the heck out of that game. I mean, like almost every day, I'll turn it on for at least a half hour. just to see what the new community creations are. You know, what's new? What are they putting out there?
What's up, pussycat?
I mean, this past Monday on Raw, they unveiled a new championship title belt, and so I'm like, I'm going on to community creations to download the new one people are creating, so I can put it in my game. So,
I think I saw the most recent episode of the Joe Rogan podcast was his guest was Ric Flair, by the way.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, which has got to be like, I don't know if you ever listen to any Ric Flair interviews, but like, man, does he have some stories?
I don't doubt that.
He's got
there was this documentary. I don't know if I talked about it. It's about Dusty Rhodes, where he was like a trailblazer for the WWE and professional wrestling in general. And that was an awesome 2-hour special. If you have a chance to go see that, it is amazing. Even if you don't like wrestling, just the guy that Dusty Rhodes was and the family he brought up and what he did for professional wrestling, all the things that Hulk Hogan did and you're memorable for, he kind of stole from Dusty Rhodes. Except Hulk Hogan had bigger arms. That's what Hulk Hogan was interviewed. He's like, I wonder if I can do what he does just with bigger arms. And he did, and he became, a household name. So it was just so neat to see all the stuff that Dusty Rhodes started, and is still doing today in the WWE. I mean, he's since passed, but just the stuff that, that's like a lot of what he does or what he did, just still doing. A lot of the storylines are based off of what he did. I listened to a wrestling podcast, and when a certain wrestler lost at WrestleMania, the first question that they asked themselves was that the right decision? Would Dusty Rhodes have made that decision? Kind of thing of that person losing. So it was really, really neat to see all that stuff. So,
yeah.
I think thinking about it wraps up my week.
Yeah.
How about you, Lucas? How was your week?
Well, my week was.
Oh
fine.
no, sorry. I have
Just
one
kidding.
more thing.
One more thing.
No, one more thing. And this is on the heels of last week's conversation about censorship. And there has to be technology out there that censors
anything.
Language. I don't as far as language.
Sure.
But there's this website called angelvids.com. That is a software that you can download, and they have thousands of movies.
Really?
New movies,
Really?
trendy, popular movies that they have in their software where it doesn't dub over, but it mutes the cuss words.
Yeah.
So every single cuss word is muted. Now, you can also, I think there's settings for all kinds of things. So you can either mute these sections, or you can actually skip sections that you don't want to see. So it is out there. It's called angelvids.com.
All right. I'm going to,
because I had
give that all a look-see.
I had mentioned that to Justin, who I play with Apex Legends, and he's like, oh yeah, angelvids.com. Like, he knew about it. Like, it was like a normal thing. So,
all right. I'm pretty sure, isn't that the same people who like are connected with The Chosen?
You know what? That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think it is. That's cool. I should have known that they would have had that kind of stuff. So that's good information. I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
Cool.
Anyways, no more things.
It's all good. Yeah. So I want to jump into the meat and bones of actually. I don't know. Do I want to do Earl or Iffle? Well, you just got done with Iffle, so I'm going to continue the Iffle talk.
All right.
The fire is burning stronger than ever, maybe, for vampire survivors.
The fire rises,
really?
The vampire survivors rises. Yes. So I had told you guys last week, and I'd asked for help because I kind of felt like I was like hitting a wall. I wasn't really sure what to do. I couldn't figure anything out. And, you guys gave some good suggestions to lean into certain abilities. Mm-hmm. And then I also Google searched the achievement guide, and I reworked my, not your unlockables, but your skill tree, or I don't know what you even call it. Like your like where you can up your damage percentage, or
Mm-hmm.
There's one you can always start with 2 projectiles instead of 1 projectile, that kind of stuff. And when you spend your gold in it. So I kind of reworked my gold to where it leaned in more on damage output and trying to think what else. The achievement guide told me to focus in a couple spots. And then I just leaned in hard on Poe, the garlic, the old man with the garlic, like from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I encountered two things that I did not know was a thing. And it helped me turn the corner. And that's evolutions of your abilities.
Yes.
And exploration. So with the evolutions, I remember, but every time I would hit pause, they would have this item plus item equals question mark.
Mm-hmm.
And everything said item, like I had a variety of them that had both the items, and then it says equals question mark. And I'm like, I don't understand how I'm not unlocking this.
Okay, yeah.
And let me tell you, this week, I unlocked the fireball wand. I think it's called like Hellfire or something, where these just meteor balls just fly across the screen, melt everything. I unlocked the La Barra or La Bocha, or I don't know, the Santa water, like huge drenchiness. I don't know, guys.
I love
Dude,
that. Love it.
Santa water is just like garlic, just garlic areas. And if you follow the trail of the water, it's like double or triple garlic. Like it was amazing. I also unlocked the leech whip. So you do the whip and it actually grabs HP. That's actually, the leech whip helped me get the furthest. I made it to the 30-minute mark.
I never gotten that.
So I got the leech whip
awesome.
and then I got the holy wand, Ronnie, which I imagine you got, where you max out you get the evolution of the little blue projectile where it's just constantly spitting out blue sparkles.
Yeah, that one's fantastic.
Dude,
as you run, it's just chopping people.
It's almost like, because it hits the nearest enemy, so it's almost like the fire, except you don't have to aim it. Like
it protects you a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
So I unlocked those. I'm about to actually, I know you didn't recommend this, but now I want to unlock all the evolutions just to see what they do.
Sure.
And I've almost unlocked the knife one. It's called Thousand Edge. I don't know what it does, but
it's still not the best.
Is it still not that good?
It's still not the best. Yeah.
I still want to.
So many other. Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's a bunch. I really want to unlock the Bible one because the Bibles
Holy
are
Bible
amazing.
is amazing.
Yeah. I can't get the Evo I can't get the evolution for the Holy Bible or the garlic. I want to definitely get those evolutions to see what they're like. I did another one I discovered, which I'm not a big fan of because, sometimes it goes a little too far, but the pentagram, like my old 80s, 90s self is like, you shouldn't be using a pentagram, Lucas. And I'm like, I know, but it wipes the screen clean. Like it just, and it's okay. Like it's
Sometimes
really
you
good
need
for
it.
clearing out. Sometimes you need it. And I got it to the point where half the time it would leave all the coins or leave all the experience. So I would just like run around.
Clean house.
Yep.
But man, this last one I did, I had the leech whip, I had the evolved leech whip, the Santa water. I had one more. I think it was the holy wand. And I finally got to the 30-minute mark. And before that, I did unlock a level and I was like, did I face death? I don't feel like I did. And then I hit the 30-minute mark and all the enemies disappeared and this huge dude just runs at me, bum rushes me and sticks on me and doesn't like.
That's death right there.
And I was like, it's death. Ah! And I lasted like I had the
run for your lives.
What is it? The laurel leaf or whatever, the thing that gives you invulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had maxed that one out. And so I did last for a little bit, but then he melted me. So
I remember when I first started, I thought like staying in one place, like to get coins and you know what I mean? Like get kills. Like I would just stay in the same place. And then I was like, man, I should be running around this whole time. Like there's so many things out there that you can get.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the other thing that I discovered.
And then once you get that treasure map where you can know where things are.
That's the other thing that now has stepped it up a level because I open up that map and I see, there's a question mark over there. So I've popped open a few of these coffins and then it's like, the vampire is in another castle. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But then it gives me a new character and
how fast does that 30 minutes last for you? Does it feel like 3 minutes?
Yeah. It's fast,
this last time, at the very beginning, when I'm like just scraping by and trying to just unlock the right stuff, time goes super slow. But when I got to the last 10 minutes and I was melting stuff, like you're just melting everything and it's so satisfying.
Look away.
You can't. And you're just like, your eyes are on it and your experience bar is just like, brrr, 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 like it just, you keep unlocking stuff. And I get to the point where you're just, am I gonna click the turkey or the bag of gold? Like that's what it is at the end.
Yeah,
where it's just like I think I got up to level 98. Like I almost made it to 100. It was going up so fast, but it's so exhilarating. Like it's just it's a good time. So I'm gonna unlock some more stuff, unlock some more stages, unlock some more evolutions. I'll keep you posted.
All right.
So now one thing not related and not even in the near future, but kind of in like I think a couple weeks. Third time's a charm, Ronnie. That Diablo 4 beta is coming back.
Oh, there's another one?
They're doing it again.
There's been two. They had it for 2 weekends.
Yeah, they did it for 2 weekends, and then they went back to the drawing board, but made some adjustments, and they said middle of May they're doing another. I don't know if it's a beta or.
I gotta be honest. For it being a beta, like that's the best, most well put together beta I've ever even played.
Yeah,
Blizzard doesn't
people
fool
have
around.
said it's the game of the year. The demo, the beta,
it barely.
game
I
of the year.
don't think I
Beta
had
is the game of
any
the year.
problems at all.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm gonna play, and I think
Definitely.
it would be cool. We can play with each other, right, in the beta.
Yep.
I think we need to make it. We need to make it happen.
Hit me up. I'll start another character because I think they're going to release. Well, no, I don't know. Are they releasing any more characters, or are there?
Have you played all the ones that they've released, or are there?
No.
Okay.
No, I started. I always basically go opposite of what like the people that I play with go. You know, like
Right.
I always end up usually taking the tank because
Yeah.
not as many people want to play as a tank. Like I get it. But I have a tank and a druid
Nice.
currently.
Patrick, did you see where they made Kratos with the Barbarian in Diablo 4 and like one of the?
No.
There's like a video. Blizzard put a video out there, and it's pretty much just Kratos and in Diablo 4. It looks pretty sweet. That would make me want to be a barbarian if I can make Kratos. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna be doing that. The last thing that I will just very quickly brush by in
It looks
Iffle
just like him.
is-
How does he? That's
Right?
a lot of customization there.
Yeah, that's some serious customization. But I got Thanos in Marvel Snap, and let me tell you, he's overrated. Like, he was fine. It's Thanos. You got the stones. You know, he powers up if you play all the stones, but it dilutes the deck. He's a little overrated. What's not overrated is Super Skrull, who absorbs a bunch of people's powers, and it's pretty cool. So, fire's still burning for Marvel Snap, of course. I've given up on ranking up. I hit the 100. I hit the infinity mark last season, and I was trying again this season, and I was just hitting my head against the wall, playing the same deck over and over. And I was like, I just like variety and unlocking the cards. So that's all I'm doing. And I was educating my 7th graders on it today and playing a match while they were watching and telling them about the cards. And they were probably like, Mr. Ham, you're a big nerd. I'm like, yeah, I am. I am very much so. So yeah. That is enough of the old Snap. So in real life, speaking of school, hanging out with my 7th graders, my 10th graders, I've been hanging out at every Thursday. I do bus duty, and bus duty pretty much entails me just making sure kids don't get run over by a bus, don't fall in the parking lot, get on the correct bus. And really my job is just to say, hey, see you tomorrow. Hey, enjoy your freedom, have a good evening, that kind of thing. So I'm just a friendly face out there. They have all the teachers they have either teachers or leadership in every section of exits to say goodbye to kids. And so I was standing there with my water, sipping some water, being a good, water drinker. And this kid, this little 3rd or 2nd grader walks up to me and is like, where did you get that water? And I was like, well, first in the back of my head, I'm like, but it's water. Like, what do you mean? Where do I get the water? It's not like we live in the desert. Like, we have water available. So without missing a beat, I was like, oh, I just went down in the bathroom and scooped it out of the toilet. And he looked at me, his eyes got wide, and he was just like,
oh,
what?
Sarcasm hasn't hit him yet.
He's always going to remember that.
That's the teacher that drinks toilet water.
Yeah, you should just own that. Be like, yep.
I should. Toilet water. I love it. So yeah, every week now I'm just gonna be like slurping my toilet water. And,
You're gonna get a call from a parent like, Mr. Swisher. We
Mr. Ham.
Yeah. No, sorry, Mr. Ham. Our son has been drinking out of the toilet.
Yeah, he said.
Do you know anything about that?
Oops. Yeah. So yeah. So that makes it fun to mess with the kids. But one of my favorite things to do, like I said, is just to say, hey, enjoy your freedom. And I think what I'm going to do on the last day of school I'm gonna. I don't know if I can get away with this. I don't know exactly how the outfit will work, but I'm gonna dress up like Braveheart and just be like, they can't take our freedom, and like.
Will they definitely know that though in Brazil?
They probably won't.
Definitely know Braveheart?
Some of them, I think the older ones will. The teachers will definitely understand, and they'll get a kick out of it. And
all
then
the kids are just gonna think you're crazy.
They'll just think I'm crazy. They'll just see with blue paint on part of my face and like, wearing fur and.
Or you could, I mean, like, it's probably they probably won't know, but you can dress up as Alice Cooper and start singing "School's Out for Summer."
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Yeah. So just keep that in your back pocket for next year.
School's out for summer. That gives me time. I need to learn it on electric guitar and just plug an amp in and just start shredding.
It's a lot harder than you think it is.
I know. I need more than a year. No, it's not. It's not harder than I think it is.
Just turn
it's
on
hard.
Spotify on speaker and then just start.
I started to learn how to play guitar and I quit.
I'll fake it. Fake it till I make it. And then from there, the only other things I got going on, I went to my first teachers convention, ACSI convention, and I learned some things.
What do you do with those?
Would you? Is this CSI convention?
No, it does. That makes it sound way cooler. There's an A in front of that.
It's so do DNA.
Yeah, you said ACSI. I was like, oh.
Whoa, they call it. What's funny is it's in English it's ACSI, but in Portuguese that would be like ACSI, and so it doesn't quite roll off the tongue. So they just call it AXI. They're like the AXI convention. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like we got like axes, and we're doing like what is the thing that Hawkeye does where he fights in the park? LARPing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been awesome if we did some LARPing, like axing. We had some axes and swords, but we didn't do that. But pretty much it's a compilation of people doing TED Talks, except instead of like a 10-15 minute speech, they do an hour speech. And you're like, I'll be back.
I'm done.
So my brain starts to melt.
Go get some water out of the toilet.
Yeah, go get some toilet water, get a little drink there and there, and yeah. So, but in the midst of that, besides the TED Talks, there were actually a couple that were incredible. Like they were really well researched, very inspirational, very encouraging to teachers. But then also during the time, they have lots of food and snacks, and that was where it was at, because not only is the convention is paid for through continuing education, they reimburse for food. So I maybe got more food than I would have gotten if I were paying for myself. And so it got fun because they had a burger truck, they had a churrasco, a grill out, like where they had chicken on a stick, sausage on a stick, steak on a stick. Like you could just buy it and eat it with.
Is that just like the on a stick truck? They just have everything on a stick?
It pretty much was. They had the on the stick truck, they had the hamburger truck, and then they had normal food like rice and beans, what's more typical for Brazilians to eat because they love the rice and beans and meat and salad for lunch. They have to have it. So, second sighting. Ooh, the shirtless wonder.
Shirtless sighting.
Oh, whoa, hey. Whoa, censor.
Can this be on YouTube? I don't
think so. I don't know. I think there are child laws against this. Clark's like, embarrassed. No, what are you doing? Hi, Clark.
Yeah, we've all taken our shirts off before on the show.
Yeah, that's true. Shirts and skins. So anyways, yeah, so the convention went well. It was fun.
How long was this for?
It was just a 2-day. It was 2 days. Yeah, a Friday and a Saturday. Yeah, for the most part. Now, one thing that was funny, kind of funny, was they had a group there that sang worship songs that were cool in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And
they did that on purpose, or they were just a group that only knew those?
I guess these are all songs they wrote, and so people around me were like singing their hearts out, and I was clueless because these were in Portuguese. No, these are in Portuguese.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I realized that this is how my kids feel when I'm singing. In the front seat with Mindy, singing like 80s and 90s rock songs. That my kids are just like, "What in the world?" And we're just pouring our heart out singing like they were doing this, and I was like, this is what it feels like. It's kind of weird. I've never been on that side of it. Like I've always been the one that knows the old songs.
You know the stuff.
So yeah, I know my stuff. So yeah, so that was kind of funny to just see that and be on the other side of it. So but yeah, it was pretty cool. And that pretty much is it for me and the old real life. Let's check out some more real lives with our joiners, shall we?
Let's do it.
Patrick made a call out. Heads up, we're recording Wednesday. No picture, very few words. Just, hey, send your comments, questions, whatever. And then at first the joiners were just like, let's see. Whitney said, I suppose. Random name, I think it's Travis Popsicle said, if you insist. And then they've all proceeded to write books to us. So let's jump into chapter 1.
I know.
Chris Craig, Corey Smith. He gave us an Earl and an Iffle update, so buckle up, kids.
Okay.
Here we go. It was a busy weekend here. Saturday, we had a meet and greet and a Q&A session with the prospective senior pastor for the church. He then preached both morning services Sunday, and we had a business meeting to vote that evening. Our new pastor was voted in with 99.3% of the vote.
Do they always vote?
Who's the
for-
one
Who's
dude?
that
Is that
one
a thing?
person?
Yeah. In some denominations, they do vote. Other times the board pretty much says like, hey, we're going to do what we want. You're going to accept it.
So
Yeah.
basically, that pastor would come in. They would do like their sermon or their service, and then basically after everybody in the church went through that, then they would vote. Like,
Yeah, I think the board has the like the say of who they want the congregation to decide. So it's
Yeah.
like, hey, this is the person. Do you affirm them or not?
Now,
And
do
if
you
they-
think when he does like get there, that one guy or girl that voted no, do you think they'll be out front like with a picket?
That's
like,
probably the same guy.
go home,
We don't
go
take
home.
kindly
Like,
to you.
That's probably the same guy that's riding the bike down the street with his arms folded.
oh, probably, yeah.
Just hating life.
Angry.
Yep, hate life. Why did God put me on this bike? Gosh. He said, we are extremely excited for him to officially come on June 4th and
Oh, wow, okay.
officially take over from the interim pastor.
That's exciting.
On the Iffle front, still playing NMS, No Man's Sky, for
Mm-hmm.
those who are not into acronyms. Sprinkling in some other games here and there if the need for a shooter or dungeon crawler arises. That's all I got. Love y'all.
Love you too, buddy.
Love you too, bud, even if we forget your name. Mr. Fouch.
even if you are a Cardinals fan.
Yeah.
No.
We
still love
okay.
you.
I can't say we don't judge you, but we do love
I'm still
you
on my baseball boycott currently. I've been like
holding strong.
about 2 years now. Yeah,
Oh.
I haven't watched
Still
a single
doing it.
game.
All right. Next one is I guess I'm Whitney now. This is the former Black SSD. Thank you, Whitney, for that. All right. This Earl updates. Super busy week and weekend. Work has me running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Have you guys ever seen that?
A chicken with his head cut off?
Yeah, just running around.
Uh-uh.
I've never
Have
seen
you
it
seen
either.
a chicken get
That
killed?
sounds
before?
scary.
But my dad told me about it, and he says it's a real deal. Like the chicken body will just run around, and then the head will just be opening and closing its mouth.
No.
You mean the
Yeah.
detached head?
The detached head will just keep opening and closing its mouth, like the nerves and everything are.
I don't know which one
still
I would
working.
not want to grab first.
Which one's creepier? Which one will give you nightmares?
All of the above.
All
Yeah,
of
I don't
it.
know. I guess probably the body. The head would be the worst. I feel like.
Yeah,
Blood
those
everywhere.
eyes, those lifeless eyes, just staring at you.
Might bite you as soon as you pick it up.
That's true. Let's see. Where were we? Oh, I lost my spot. Started talking about chicken. But he said, even though he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, at least I'm employed and getting paid to be good at my job. Maintenance supervisor. Good work, Whitney. Been struggling with my mental health for the past couple months. Sorry about that. I think I'm just completely overwhelmed and drained emotionally and mentally, just trying to keep positive and hope this season passes soon. It will. This too shall pass.
Yes.
And you're good enough. You're strong enough. And gosh darn it,
And
we
doggone
like
it.
you. Doggone
We're
it.
sorry we got your name wrong. Well,
Yeah.
Pat's not
I
sorry.
mean,
Yeah, I know.
no, Pat's not sorry at all.
I was
I'm the one that
messing
should be
with
sorry.
Lucas.
He knew
He's
the whole
like,
time. I just
"Oh,
thought
okay."
his name was Whitney.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of. Yeah, I've
Lucas
heard
just
of that
kept
being a
saying
thing.
it the whole show. I think.
I did. Now I'm never not going to say it again. Even when if I ever meet him in person and hug him, Whitney all the way. I'm full committed.
None of us do
Fully
any
committed.
research, so we basically could fool each other on pretty much anything like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will
That's
just
true.
believe you. Like, all right.
All right, I guess
I'm
so.
not
I'd
fact
have bought
checking
right
that.
into
I'll
it
just believe
too.
you. Yeah.
I'm just glad I wasn't talking. I would have bought right into it.
Yep. On the Iffle front, same old for me. Destiny 2. Trying to build our clan up, so if anyone still plays this quote-unquote dead game, I don't think it's dead, man.
No, it's not at all.
Holla at ya, boy. Looking forward to the new Star Wars game, though. I'll absolutely be playing that. You and the rest of us for sure.
Yeah.
We might all play that at the same time. I'm pretty sure
You guys buying Friday? Is it Friday?
I don't know. I think I might just
28th?
do it.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Friday.
Is
I
it
think it's
Friday?
28th, right?
Mhm.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, I'll absolutely be playing that and catching up on some anime that I wanted to watch. Demon Slayer and Trigun: Stampede, a remake of the 1998 anime.
Oh.
There you go. It's over 1998. That's it for me. Much love. Heart emoji. Peace and blessings. Prayer hands.
Oh.
All right, next up, Terra. I don't know which way it's pronounced. So I need you to change your name in the Discord, Terra, to all three of those pronunciations. Terra. Terra. All right. In real life, I just finished driving from Virginia to Nebraska. Dang, that's a bit of a hike.
It is.
Camping along the way. I will be at a conference this week talking to people about the work that we do with the American kids who love overseas in the region we serve in. That's awesome, man. I have been there, done that, not traveled that far of a distance to do it, though. Driving wise, flying wise, I have.
Did you say Tara?
Yeah.
Because then you said that's awesome, man. Is this a man or woman? Do we know?
Yeah, it's a man.
Yes, he's a man.
I was like,
Yes.
here we go again down the same road. We've been down this 100 times.
I think it's his screen name or profile name. It's TERRA.
And then it's got two swords next to his name, Terra. So,
So he's the missionary that lives in Turkey, right?
Turkey, yes,
Yeah.
I think so. Missionary in Turkey. Oh, yeah, spoilers. He comes to it later. It's an exciting opportunity to talk about our work, but my wife and kids are still in Turkey until school lets out. So we are about 1 month in to our 3 months apart. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man, it's got to be rough.
Man, I did a month and a half, and I think Mindy was ready to sell our children on the black market.
I don't think I could do that.
I was down in Brazil for a week, and I was missing my kids.
Yeah, that is commitment, man.
That's tough.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck.
Godspeed on that. On the Eiffel front, my wife got me a Steam Deck for my birthday, so I've been jumping back into Hollow Knight on that. I don't get to play much, so it's a good pick it up, but put it down game for me. I've also been playing Remnant from the Ashes. My friends didn't twist my arm hard enough when this game came out. It's a smooth third-person shooter and a captivating and eerie backdrop. If you've played Hellgate London, then it's that kind of seeing, but in third person. I'll take your word for it. I didn't know half those words.
As will I.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah, we know Ronnie's just like, so what's it like?
I was doing the head nod like, yep.
Diablo. Yeah. Yep,
I know what you're talking about.
He said, until next time, thank you for sharing, Tara, and God bless you in your tour, your missionary tour. You got some work to do. I hope that all the services go well. God gives you the words to speak, and your Zoom connection with your family is strong when you connect with them, because that's going to be a long 3 months.
It's a long way to go.
Yeah, there's got to be a pretty sizable time difference.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I would guess. I think because London from here, from you guys or from here is like 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours. So I'd imagine it's at least 7, I think.
Can you imagine
guess
if we weren't
7 or
able to
8.
communicate though, like we are, like with the technology? Like that would be just like.
Oh, that's changed everything.
It looks
Being
like
able to-
it looks like it from Nebraska to Turkey. It's 8 hours.
Oh, got it. So,
Mark fact.
Nice. Yeah, Lucas guess. Huh? So, speaking of Mark fact, Mark is on sabbatical, prayer hands. That's his Discord name. Earl, I hate taxes. Had to get these done, which was like pulling teeth. Hate it. Went to see John Wick 4, which was fantastic. Love that franchise.
And Mark went to see that?
He did. He liked
All
it
right.
a lot. I liked it a lot. Very interested in seeing where they go from here. They're going to keep going. Wow. I mean, it's not surprising, but spoilers.
It can't be with Keanu Reeves though.
I mean, can it?
Is it
I don't
John
know.
without John Wick?
I mean, how many more? Like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know.
I always feel like too many is like it's a dangerous game.
It is.
Like I love them as movies, but like, man, if they
It's
keep
gonna
coming out with
start
them over the
going-
next 10 years, and I'm not gonna like them.
Going towards the same track as Fast and Furious, where it's just
Yeah, pretty soon he's
stupider
gonna
and
be sitting with Dominic Toretto in a Charger.
with a sword.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
holding a sword out the window and slashing up all the
Chainsaw.
cars.
It's gonna be some kind of zombie apocalypse or something.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's see. The wife and I finished this season's Mando, and even though they jumped away from Din and Grogu and focused on the other Mandalorians, I still enjoyed the development of the season. Din and Grogu were certainly not without character development, so I'm now ready for Ahsoka in August. Woo! That's August, huh? I'm pumped for Ahsoka. That trailer. If you've watched Rebels and Clone Wars and all that and know the backdrop, I know you haven't, Patrick.
No.
But Ronnie, I know you have, and man, it looks so good. So good. So good.
I'll have to catch
Anyways.
highlights on that.
Yeah. Iffle played through and beat the New Horizon Burning Shores DLC.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, nice. Which was more of the goodness that Forbidden West provided. So much fun being back in that world again, although the story felt short even for DLC. Super excited for Jedi Survivor to come out this week.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, last one. Last book for us tonight. Last chapter in the Joiner saga. Random name 342, Travis Popsicle. Now that New York finally has decent weather, I detailed the Mini Cooper. The next day, it rained.
Of
I
course.
detailed the next sunny day, go to work, come back, and it had snowed.
What? Dang it.
Life in New York. I wait a few days, wash the car before work. Sunny blue skies, no clouds anywhere. I hop on the highway and bird plops in the middle of the windshield.
Get out of here. Ah.
I get to work, which is only 32 miles away, and it rains. I think I'm going to ceramic coat the car next.
Just drive with a tarp on it.
Yeah, there you go. It's supposed to be amazing at keeping all contaminants off the paint for a good 6 months. I have OCD. My car has to be clean all the time. On a separate note, no carcass means no rules. Might as well give him some anxiety while he's on sabbatical. Plop, 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 plop. I really want to say, wait, then he says, I really want to say beep, but I won't. I
Wait,
beeped
did
that
he
out.
write beep?
Oh, yeah. No,
That's funny.
I said beep. He did not write beep. He wrote the real thing. I was thankfully looking ahead. I was like, oh, you're not catching me on that, Travis.
Oh, dang
God,
it.
I wish you
You
just
dirty
would've
little
read it.
bird. Yeah. And then he posted a
Just
gif
read it. I
of a
just read it.
seagull. Yeah. He just posted a gif below it of a seagull over the top of a soap dispenser, and it looks like it's pooping in the guy's hand. You can see where that's going. This is what
That's
happens
funny.
when
Yeah.
Mark's away.
Mhm.
When the cat dies, the mice will say bad words.
I was gonna say
So-
the cat will play, but it's the cat is away.
Yeah, the
The
cat's
mice will
away,
play.
so the mice will play.
Mhm.
I'd say the
That's
mice
how
will
it goes.
go on to live
Yeah.
if the cat's away.
Right?
When the cat's away, I mean, Samuel L. Jackson is here.
Yes.
I don't
The
even know what that means.
turntables.
I mean,
How the turn-
How the
Turntables.
when you
turntables.
turn the tables, it's one of
Did
those
you-
things.
Did you know, speaking of the cat and the mouse, did you guys know that it's canon that Tom and Jerry are actually friends? And that Tom only pretends to chase Jerry because he has to be seen as an effective cat. And if the owners get rid of him and get a new cat, that could kill Jerry. And then Jerry has to pretend to get away from and to terrorize Tom in order to maintain the ruse.
What kind of rabbit hole did you
So they
run
can-
into on the internet?
That was just Twitter. It was like a
It
picture.
was just Twitter.
It's just Twitter. It was just normal Twitter. Like, oh, I got a few minutes here while I plop, and
Interesting.
yeah, I learn. You
Interesting.
learn something new every day. So
I always wonder what other people's feeds look like, because my
Yeah,
feed,
right.
it's all curated to what you look at.
you don't want to see
you
my
stare
feed.
at or you read or you click on or you like, and then it's just like, oh, you like this stuff? I'm gonna show
Yeah.
you more.
I think it's funny when people are like, "Oh man, the social media right now. I mean, on my Twitter feed, my face, you control that, man.
I know.
It's
My
you.
feed,
Mute it.
like 95%
unfollow.
of it, what do you think it is?
Yeah, when people are like,
It's-
Twitter's the worst, I'm like, you're not.
I'm like, no, this is
What are
where
you-
I get all of
who are
my
you following?
ideas of what to download for WWE 2K23.
Oh yeah, yours is like
It's-
mine. So mine's Marvel Snap, and
it's
yours
all
is
wrestling.
WWE. It's all
Yes.
wrestling all day. Yeah, when you retweet wrestling stuff, I'm like, I don't know what this means, but I love you, Patrick. So
It's
I
fun.
read it, and
I love
then, yeah, and then I move on with my life. But
Yeah.
all right, I think that's all from us, and we've heard today what's on in your neck of the woods. Each and every chapter, we loved it. Thank you so much, joiners, for sharing. We give you a hard time, but this wouldn't be near as fun without you. So it would just be us talking to ourselves, and that's not as fun.
We don't even like each other.
No, we really don't. We only are here because you made us. You made us do this. All 2,000 episodes. Yeah, so you guys can continue to join us on Twitter, Discord, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also join us visually or spectatorly through YouTube. On Twitch, we have some joiners who are rocking it every week. Tim Pollen, aka Captain Bacon, and there's a number of others that quote unquote that post on our Discord. So click them links, check them out. On Patreon on our merch page, you can support and gear up with us. So click that one link to rule them all, linktree.com/thegmgpod. Of course, if you can't toss your attention or a coin to your podcasters, but are still the giving type, please rate and review us on Apple Podcast, Podchaser, and Spotify. And it really helps us reach new joiners through stars, exclamation marks, and your feedback. So let your voice be heard, literally, if you like, at 929 GMG Guys. Alrighty then, Patrick, Ronnie J, and Carcass, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.
2, 3, 4.